Dear students, welcome to engineering chemistry class. Today we are going to learn unit 2 lesson 5 simple harmonic oscillator and anharmonic oscillator of a diatomic molecule. As I told you, this IR spectroscopy is a part of molecular spectroscopy and we observe changes in the vibration of a molecule and it is observed in the IR region. So what are the contents we are going to see today? Simple harmonic oscillator of a diatomic molecule, anharmonic oscillator of a diatomic molecule, and some applications of IR spectroscopy. In microwave spectroscopy, in order to get the molecular or microwave spectrum of a diatomic molecule, the direction of its dipole should change and it fluctuate with respect to the electric field of the microwave radiation. In IR spectroscopy, for a diatomic molecule, the direction of dipole will not change, but magnitude changes when it undergoes stretching or bending. In the last lecture, we saw the vibrational modes of a molecule. There are stretching vibration and bending vibration. In stretching, there are two types, symmetric and asymmetric. In bending vibrations, there are four types, scissoring, rocking, wagging, and twisting. So why I'm explaining the dipole moment, why the dipole moment is important factor that you need to understand is only the dipole moment, if the molecule possesses dipole moment, it will give rise to microwave spectrum or it will give rise to the IR spectrum. So dipole moment is the important factor that you need to understand. So how we get IR spectrum? On vibration, the molecules are oscillating, so the oscillation will have particular frequency, and when the IR radiation is incident or passed on the molecules, when the frequency of IR radiation matches with the frequency of the oscillation of a molecule, then we can see the absorption in IR spectroscopy. And coming to the harmonic oscillator, let us learn how the vibration starts in a molecule. Let's start with the simple polar molecule HCl. You need to remember here the Hooke's law, because if you apply a force, if you give an external force for stretching and compression, we can observe the parabolic curve with respect to the internuclear distance and the energy of molecules. You consider the diatomic molecule HCl, and you imagine the atoms present in HCl are like balls, and the bond between these two atoms are like spring. So if you stretch or compress, the length will increase or decrease, right? So here in chlorine molecule, if you consider the HCl molecule, and the chlorine atom is having larger mass, and it will be in the stationary position when you give a force, when you stretch, when you compress the molecule. Okay, so the hydrogen will be in the motion. It will be in motion. So the chlorine is in the stationary part, and the distance between the hydrogen and chlorine will increase or decrease. So you will get parabolic type of curve you see in the second picture. So when you compress, it will be the R length, that is the length will be very less. When you stretch, the length will be more. So you will get the U type curve. So you apply Hooke's law here, that is F equal to minus Ka. The force to compress or extend a spring is given by the expression F of R is equal to minus K into R minus R naught, where F is the force acting on the system and K is the force constant or constant strength. R naught is the equilibrium length and it is in the lowest energy state. R is the actual length. Here you need to remember the minus, because what you have to remember is if you are forcing it, if you are pulling the atoms apart, you are increasing the distance. So therefore the force is actually against it. So the force, if you compress the same way, the force is actually against you. So that's why you have the minus sign here. So for stretching of the bond between HCl molecule, the frequency of oscillation as harmonic oscillator is given by the relation mu is equal to 1 by 2 pi root of k by mu. Or we are interested to interpret the IR spectrum in terms of wave number. So we have to convert the frequency into wave number, that is equal to 1 by 2 pi c root of k by mu, where mu is the reduced mass, m1 and m2 are the masses of two atoms on either side of the vibration, k is the force constant. Yes. After from the Hooke's law, we derived F equal to minus k into R minus Re square, and this is the kinetic energy curve, and the oscillating frequency with respect to the kinetic energy curve is given as in the equation 1. Omega oscillation is equal to 1 by 2 pi root of k by mu, and the units is in hertz. So we are interested in wave number, so we are again converting it in the centimeter inverse. From the Schrodinger wave equation, the Schrodinger gave solution for the vibrational energy, that is E nu, that is E nu is vibrational energy, that is given by the expression nu plus half into oscillational wave number. Okay, so where nu is the vibrational quantum number 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. And if you substitute the vibrational quantum number in the Schrodinger wave equation for the vibrational energy, you will get different types of terms, that is different types of terms with respect to the vibrational quantum number. 1 by 2 omega bar oscillation, 3 by 2 omega bar oscillation, 5 by 2 like omega bar oscillations, like that. So the energy gap, if you calculate the energy gap between the lower energy and the higher energy, you will get half omega bar oscillation. So the 0 point energy is nothing but the vibration at 0 level is equal to half omega bar oscillation. Okay, so the vibrational levels, like all other molecular energies, are quantized, and it can be obtained or calculated from the Schrodinger wave equation as the only energies allowed to simple harmonic vibrator. The lowest energy obtained by putting nu is equal to 0 in the Schrodinger wave equation, we get half omega bar oscillation. So it indicates that diatomic molecule can never have zero vibrational energy. The quantity is nothing but a 0 point energy. So further, the use of a Schrodinger wave equation leads to simple selection rule for harmonic oscillator undergoing these vibrational changes. So the vibrational spectra will be observable in diatomic molecules, since homonuclear molecules have no dipole moment. So the vibrating molecule will absorb from IR radiation with which it can interact, and this must be the radiation frequency of its own oscillation frequency. So this figure shows the vibrational energy states of harmonic oscillator, and this is the energy level graph for the anharmonic oscillator. See guys, the real molecules do not obey exactly the laws of simple harmonic motion. That is, the molecule will not undergo only stretching, compression, stretching, stretching or expanding, like that. It will not undergo in real situation. If you apply force, if you give extra energy, if you give more energy at a particular point, it will dissociate. Okay, so if the bond between the atoms is stretched at a particular point, the bond will break, that is, the molecule dissociates into atoms. So a perfect parabola cannot be correct at all situations because it does not allow the bond to dissociate. So, a parabolic approximation is not the actual potential energy curve. Then the motion becomes anharmonic and it is represented by the Morse potential energy curve. You can see the green color curve is parabolic, that is for harmonic oscillator, and the blue color curve is for anharmonicity, and this situation will be possible if you raise the energy. Okay, where d naught represented here is nothing but dissociation energy. De is the depth of the potential energy minimum. Therefore the Morse potential energy is the most closely to the true potential energy curve. So the energy of diatomic molecule undergoing anharmonic stretching and compression is shown here, whereas the oscillation frequency, see, I showed you now the green color is corresponding to the harmonicity and the blue is corresponding to the anharmonicity. And the solution of Schrodinger equation for the Morse function gives the allowed vibrational energy levels for anharmonic oscillator, and remember this equation for anharmonic oscillator given by the Schrodinger. Okay, where xi is always positive and harmonicity constant. When the vibrational quantum number increases, the second term becomes more negative than the first term, so the energy levels become less widely spaced at high excitation levels. So at high temperatures also several weak lines appear due to population of higher vibrational states. Moreover, the selection rule delta nu is equal to plus or minus 1 indicates the more intense lines. However, the weak transition of delta nu greater than 1 are now also allowed. So the relation is shown here. And the selection rules, first overtone, second overtone have been shown in this slide. Yes, this is for your reference for overtones. And coming to the applications, there are many applications in IR spectroscopy. The first and foremost application is it is useful for the structural determination of organic and inorganic complexes. It is useful for the identification of functional groups present in the molecules, and it is used to identify taste and odor components of the food. It is used in the pollution control, where in atmosphere the pollution gases like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrous oxide can be easily found using IR spectroscopy. And it is also useful for biomedical studies of human hair to disease states. And if you find it is very useful for in terms of breath analyzer, students and research chemists regularly use IR spectroscopy in structure determination, and also it is used to help to identify the structure of complex molecules in space, I told you. And it is used to analyze works of art and in Formula 1 motor racing also. And coming to the breath analyzer, I told you the many police forces across the world now routinely use IR spectrometers, almost certainly without releasing the IR radiation. So this is because many breath analyzers used to collect evidences to determine the levels of alcohol in breath are IR spectrometers that look specifically for absorptions around 1050 to 1060 centimeter inverse, which corresponds to the vibration of CO bond present in the ethanol. And we have seen the derivation of harmonic oscillator using Schrodinger wave equation, and we saw the different vibrational energy levels and on harmonic oscillator also. And we came to know that harmonic oscillator will not exist permanently, and harmonicity will be there. So, and we find so many applications of IR spectroscopy. So with this I conclude the IR spectroscopy chapter. Thank you.